Rodolfo Hernandez is one of the candidates for the president of Colombia. Throughout his government plan made an approach to the improvement that the world makes to the country. Educating Colombians well is the best alternative to promote comprehensive social development and improved studies. Improve the monitoring and reporting of the student accounts of the country's educational institutions, starting with the national ones. Health. Attending to the entire population regardless of the regime in which they find itself. This implements in the elimination of the current regime in force. Invents and trains science and technology with a well-sized and competitive criteria to stimulate the national pragmatic industry. Place of life, work, and immigrant with the municipality to manage the necessary land, generate and fast strength like equality instrument for nodes projects. Design an incentive plan for saving and selling in new SU. This is small and to formal, home in and self of the population. In conclusion, strategies for good life and lifestyle and Colombia. Homes proving they with stability and adopt all staff development. Thank you.
Since last year, Rodolfo Hernandez began promising his social contracts, a series of campaign promises aimed at specific population, a group such as security guards or housing. Although he did not include all the prospects, he has on social networks. He is the name to habits his government program, the new social contract with Colombia. There are 299 proposals in a 76-page document focused on the fight against corruption, some core materials with sample names of transparency and austerity, but there are others that go beyond capability of the president, both budgetary and legally. This is some of most striking the way of corruption in his and corruption crusades. Hernandez has proposals for austerity and transparency that could allow states investing excess. He proposes to create an institute for the return of money stolen by corruption, with it for employment major acres to deliver rewards to crazy who delinquents corruption practice up the percent of that is recovered. Controller doses to addicts. The former mayor proposes to carry out a census of drug addicts and starter and housing dispensing treatment in specialist care centers for it.
Presidential election in Colombia, Gustavo Francisco Petro Ruego. Ten election of 10 history pack candidate and less white and candidate white different students would or want his life to cite 10 months in his political speech is that he is economics what are his positive proposals for the election of his candidate and what in this course that Colombia has win dedication of polls his Sunday June 11 of this year. First, personal One, his main personnel is to resume tempest that white that has most affected the national territory for white. The candidate has a great offer for you personal his wine. Second personal tell us about the economy for life, which is one of its great challenge for the conversation of economistic white is the fight against climate change and to have a territorial order. The candidate described his plan as for you. One Colombian leader and fight against climatic challenges, and two territorial planning or water, three living natural vital territory, four tower and society moved by 10 sun, 10 white and 10 whiter. Irti proposal Macius Kono Owan Ken Mani characteristic of ten money characteristic of ten companion is this respect and evaluate often women as one ten of in money net to end ten stigmatization against women in the country that Kono proposal ten characteristic of ten Ministry of Equality so that of the ancient community has supported strength of police and resurrects and uncertain elimination of community economy, political and social inequalities between men and women and equal in diversity between any groups, peasant, Afro-descendants, peoples, black, roads, palenqueros, indigenous people, and the national and violence between generation children, young adults, older adults, the eradication of all violence against women, then LGTB.
The danger of the election of Gustavo Petro as president of Colombian is not the arrival of socialist power but is anti-democratic personally as they have already demonstrated where we have mayor of Bogota, Gustavo Petro has tried to show himself on recent months as more closer to the European Socialist Party. Tyranny as a form of government, thus was Petro as a great power should remember the no government secretary called Ponce and White is arrogance for his words mayor owned by own respect people parade and third parties like Guillermo Alfonso Jaramillo today of the terrain, but they were not the only of morning office line drain of us in Major's office for not having at a month authoritarianism and legal mode and more time self-mind Colombians do not remember I stood by finding the wretch and democratic consequences and the approval of the Bogota management firm and removed instead a desert of late type white state boat while white two regulations they wants to operate will remove they by their grave.